Hey, what's going on, guys? So, today's video, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what I do, what my process is for finding the after repair value of a home. Um, I know I did a post, I think last week, about the after repair value and it being really important to our decision of buying a home or not, whether we want to buy it and flip it or buy it and rent it. The after repair value is the main driver for it. If it has a good after repair value relative to the purchase price, then we go ahead and buy it if the numbers make sense, right? So pulled up here, I have a property that we bought back in February, and our business plan for it was, well, basically, I bought it. I was going to live in it for a year. It's a 2-1 property. We turned it into a 3-1, and then after I moved out, we're going to add a bathroom, and we're going to make it a 3-2, and then sell it as a 3-2 because the after repair value for it for the 3-2 was substantially higher than that of a 3-1 or a 2-1 in that area. And it also had the space to do it, so it's possible. We had to adjust a little bit because of COVID, so I got sent back home from my job. So I went ahead and rented it out and had it rented out for a couple months, and now we're in the process of adding a second bathroom. And once that bathroom is added in, we're gonna sell it. So the after repair value that we came up with on this house was 230, and it's actually gone up a little bit. So you'll see later in the video how it's gone up, but you can see down here we bought it for 145, and then it was listed for 154. We were able to negotiate that down to 145. But I'm just gonna show you kind of what I look at, right? So first, I'm looking at specific areas. So my criteria is anywhere around Central Florida. I'll go down as far as the St. Pete, Clearwater area, kind of like this property. I'll go up as far as Deltona, Volusia County area, but this is in Largo, Florida, which is really close to Clearwater. So first, that's where I do my search on the MLS to look for properties when I'm looking. And so the next thing I would look at the year built, um, and then I would look at the square footage, right? So here you see your year built, 1964, square footage, 940 square feet. Obviously look at the bedrooms, the bathrooms, 2-1. Obviously you're going to turn into 3-2, so you have that in mind. Then you look at the neighborhood as well. One reason when you look at the neighborhood is because you might have, one street over can make a difference. So, like, there might be a good neighborhood with a very different price point than the next street over in a different neighborhood. So it's important to keep an eye on that, right? So, what I would do, I would go ahead and copy this address, right? So I get this in my search. It looks good, right? It looks like a potential deal. So I go look for it. So the MLS, you could search up stuff. People have different MLSs, but it'll kind of be the same similar layout, right? So I go and paste in this address, and I go and look for properties that have been sold, penned or pending the last 180 days within 0.25 miles. So I just do a pretty broad search, and then I make sure like the property style is similar to the one that I have. So obviously it's a single family residence. So I'll click that. I like to leave the active on. Some people don't like to leave the active on, but I like to leave it on just because it kind of gives you an idea of what is in the market as well. But we don't like to take into account active properties because they haven't sold yet, right? So it wouldn't be an accurate market price. But if it's pending or if it's been sold, then you know that it's an accurate market price. So you see I have 9 matches down here. So I go and click on results. And I like to sort out by square footage. I like to stay within around anywhere from 100 to 300 square footage. So like mine is 900. Once we add the bathroom, it's gonna be 1,000. So I will go up to like 1,300 as a comp. 1,300 square feet. Anything more than that, it's really inaccurate. Just because you need to get like different size. It's just too big of a difference, right? Like a 1,400 square foot house is a lot different than the 1,000 square foot house. So I'll sort out by heated, which is the square footage, and then I'll look at the neighborhood, right? So I see there's some in the same neighborhood. It's just a different street. So I live there, so I know the Bayou Manor is a neighborhood, and then there's different streets have different. The first edition, second edition, third edition. They're all similar style houses. So I see there's some active, and I see one here is up for 329, So click on it. I'll look at the year. That's active, right? So I'm not actually taking this into account, but I had that in mind. I know that other houses that I'm competing with are in this price range, right? So 329, 1,200 square feet, so slightly bigger than mine. One more room. So this is a superior house to mine. Even after it's fixed up and nice. I look at the pictures. So it's a rehabbed home. I mean, it looks pretty good. So I won't even use this as a comp, right? It wouldn't be an accurate comp. It's a better home than mine. So I go back to the search. I'll look for homes that are closer in square footage to mine. So this is a 3.2 right here, and this sold for $220,000 back in May. So I would say this is a pretty similar home. I would look at the year built. So this is 1972. If we go back to mine, it's 1964. I like to look at a 10-year range. So this is right in that range. Um, so this does have a driveway. It has a better driveway than mine will, because mine is just a single driveway. But this has a one-car garage. That's something I look at too. People like their garages. So this one has a one-car garage. Mine has two. So that adds value to mine as opposed to this one. Rehab home, mine will be a little bit better than this in terms of like kitchen and tile and all that. This is slightly rehab. Mine will have a little bit better upgrades than this one. So you kind of start getting an idea of what you could sell yours for, right? So this was sold for 220. You like to look for other stuff, like say if it has a pool. Mine has a backyard as well, similar to this. Doesn't have a fence. So you kind of start um, like differentiating what yours has versus what theirs has, and you start getting a good idea for the price. So you see the garage is kind of it's kind of open, has washer and dryer. Ours does as well. One thing that I did notice is that it has the AC units here are window AC units. So ours has central air. That adds a little bit of value to ours, just because central air is a little bit more reliable. It works a little bit better in terms of AC. So I'll go to the next one. This one has 1060 for square feet, and it's from 1973, right? So I think I could use this as a comp as well. So if you go look at it, it's similar to mine. It has a one-car garage again, so mine has a two-car garage. Similar driveway to what ours will have. Um, Similar flooring. Ours has floor similar to this. And you start kind of getting a picture, right? So I really like when I was looking to sell this house the last couple weeks as we get our second bathroom moved in. I was looking at this one as a comp because the kitchen is really similar. The square footage is similar. It's near like the age of the house is similar, right? This one has a regular backyard just like mine. It does have a lanai, which does give it a little bit of value, right? So this one would be a little bit superior. But you see this one sold for 254, which is well above what I had it for, as far as this one. So you start kind of getting an idea of what your house could go for. I like to get like 2 or 3 of these. So if I go here, this one's 1,300 square feet. This one has a pool. It's superior to mine, but you start getting an idea of what yours could sell for. This one sold for 289. So my numbers make sense at $230,000 to sell for. I can make a good profit off of that. So I'm thinking of listing mine for 240, and I'd be happy if I got 230. But if I could get anything more than that, it would just be icing on the cake. If you can't find any comps there, then you could go out a little bit further. So I'll go out to 0.5 miles, and then kind of seeing what's selling there in the same square footage. So right here, there's this one here. Well, no, it's the same one, but there's other ones. They're not quite the same caliber. These are more like not flips, but like houses that you would flip. So I wouldn't use this as a comp. I would use this one as a comp. We looked at this one earlier. This one sold for 206,000, but it's a 3-1. So like I said, the difference between a 3-1 and a 3-2 in this area was really substantial. So that's why we're adding that second bathroom, because that adds a lot of value. That's quite a bit of value to just have